This is the Feast of the Giglio. The Feast of the Giglio is a feast that's in many cities. A church will build a wooden statue of the Saint Giglio that's about 200 feet high in the air out of wood. And on the bottom resides a platform where they put an 8-piece band. And this thing weighs a ton. They all bring their families and their extended families and their friends. And it's an honor to carry the Giglio. And they carry this thing for 4 hours. At the 4-day event, the Giglio carrying is usually on day 3. So everything's leading up to day 3. Day 3 is going to be packed. But I'm now excited. Finally, I'm going to be tested. Can I meet the demand of Italians coming from everywhere to carry this statue and eat my sandwiches? The men show up in their shirts. They're wearing a handkerchief around their neck. My son, Miles, he carried the Giglio. We wanted someone from our family in on carrying the Giglio. It was exciting. Everything about this day is like, finally, here we are. We got the food truck. We got a lot of bread. I think I baked 20 sheets of scotchata that day. And families are showing up. Generations of Italians, young, old, men, women, children. They're supposed to carry this thing for laps for 4 hours, and they take occasional breaks, and between the breaks, the men and their families have to eat. Here we go. Miles gets in there. He kind of runs towards the back. He's a little intimidated. He has no experience carrying the Giglio. The band starts to play. There's a guy in the front. He's like a conductor, and he's very serious about his Giglio direction giving. He gets the crowd to be quiet. He waves his arms in different directions, and he's literally directing, like he's steering a wheel, these 250 men carrying this 250 feet high statue in the air. And they start marching, and the band sitting on it, an 8-piece band playing. They're going to be carrying it around this track for 4 hours. It had just rained, by the way, for the last couple days, so there's still some puddles around. And, you know, when it's that wide and big and 250 men are carrying the statue, not everyone could see the puddles. Needless to say, they start the march, and they're going, and the thing circles. And I'm on the complete other side. I'm 180 degrees on the other side. So once they start that turn around the circle, they pass me. And all 250 men see my food truck and my signs and my giant sandwiches. And I got my prosciutto bread out on the tables, and they come around, and they're looking at it. And then they go past me. The band's playing. They make a turn, and there's a giant puddle, okay? I mean like a 15-foot puddle. 25% of the guys have to step through, and they make the turn, and you hear crack, and you look up, and the Giglio, 250 feet in the air, starts to slant, almost like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And the guy in the front who's conducting it blows a whistle, and he says something in Italian that means drop it. So they put it down, and there's, 50 guys standing in a puddle that they didn't even know was there. A special Italian man appears. I don't know where he came from, but he's the guy who's going to assess the situation. Nobody is in the mood to buy scotchata sandwiches from me. They wanted to carry the statue for 4 hours. He goes away, he comes back, and the special Italian man says, it's a no good. It's a not safe. It's over. And there's a groan in the crowd, and I go up to somebody near the back. I go, what does this mean? What's going on? What's going on? And they go, what do you mean? What does it mean? You speak English? It's no good. The thing's going to break. We can't carry the statue. Carrying of the Giglio was canceled, and everybody leaves. Everyone leaves the fair. Because if there's no carrying of the Giglio, they don't need to be sitting there all day at a carnival in a parking lot in West Hempstead. So everyone leaves. And I'm sitting there. Now, I got 3 days' worth of bread in my trailer. I got pounds and pounds of cold cuts. This is my first experience with the food truck. And it's sunny out, but that no one's there. So now I'm scratching my head, and they go, Jim, don't worry, you're going to get it. Tomorrow you're going to make. And by the way, I think I paid $1,500 or $2,000 to be at this festival. So they're telling me the next day, Sunday's Father's Day. Father's Day is going to be packed because they literally say this to me. And this is where I knew it was bullshit. They go, divorced dads are looking for something to do with their kids. And I'm like, you guys are out of your fucking minds. Divorced dads? I'm hoping that that's my market on Sunday to break even or to come close to breaking even here. But that you're telling me divorced dads are going to come and buy sandwiches in a parking lot in West Hempstead, and sure enough, nobody fucking comes. I'm in a parking lot, and they were 8 hours long. You can't leave early. Even if you said, I'm leaving no matter what you say, you can't because you're wedged in.